We all know that macOS 26 is out and you can now install beta version for it. By the way, if you don't know how to install a beta version, I've already created a video for it. You can go and check it out. Links in the description. But a few things are not so great. Well, let me tell you a few of those things. First things first. Yes, the glass UI sometimes looks great, but sometimes it's just difficult. For example, we have the control center over here. So I can't actually make out whether the control center is out. And even if it's out, so I can't really tell whether anything is actually on or off. It's difficult to understand at times. So if I turn off Bluetooth, sometimes it's great to understand. But if I just turn this off, can you really tell the difference between on and off very clearly? Not so much, because the background light is also coming in, or the application or the widget that is in the background is also coming in. It makes it difficult to understand. So yes, it looks modern. Modern does not necessarily mean great. With previous versions like Sequoia, we know that this whole thing has an outline, a white colored outline, an entire box, as you can say it. But that made it very easy to read and understand what is on, what is off, what is going on with my computer, and what are the shortcuts that are available. In this version, not so much. If they're able to put out another glass layer underneath these widgets, that would be, I think, awesome. It would really help distinguish the shortcuts from the wallpaper. The second thing is glass icons. So I'm going to turn on glass icons, and as you can see, the icons right now are very easy to understand. I go to settings, appearance, and in icon style and widget, I go clear. I mean, it's always a squint away. Whatever you want to do is a squint away. Why does it need to be a squint away? Even if I open apps, it's all a squint away. Yes, it looks minimalistic, it looks great, but is it really functional? I don't think so. But you also have a tinted version. That again depends on the accent color as well. So if I turn it red or some other contrasty color, it may look good, but again, I am not a fan of it. I like to leave it at default. One thing I really dislike about the new version is the lack of Launchpad. Now you might say, oh, there's an applications version of it, but does it really look as great as Launchpad? I think they could have made Launchpad a bit better, but they have taken it out. Applications is not bad, but it is not awesome either. However, you can just use Spotlight and look for applications if you so like. Then we have the games application. Games application is great. They are trying to lure in Windows users, is what I think, to a world of gaming on your Mac. While that is a great thing, you have to understand that it comes at a subscription. Yes, it does seem like Steam had a baby with Mac and then you have the games application. But again, Apple is as Apple does. You have to pay for every game. Not so much of a problem with Windows, is it? While yes, some games are paid, others are free, but the free games are fewer than it is on Windows. And obviously you're using a Mac, so it's always going to be a bit expensive. And the last and final thing that I really dislike about Mac or Apple overall in this OS update for all their devices is there is no real innovation. This just looks like a skin on top of macOS Sequoia. And Apple was once the king of innovation, but now it is just a small update. It has turned more evolutionary than revolutionary, and that I think is a problem. Now that is also true for many other companies, many tech companies, but I think Apple should still try to invent something, be innovative rather than trying to reinvent the wheel. Another thing I really dislike about this is there are no real AI features. They raved about AI in the last year's update when Sequoia came out. They were not so useful, to be honest. Writing tools was great, but otherwise it was so-so. And they had to integrate ChatGPT with them, which I think at some point is great. And on the other side, we have, why do you need ChatGPT? Why can't you create your own AI or Apple Intelligence, as they so like to call it? Well, yes, other than the refractive widgets and the refractive app icons, I don't think there is much of a change or much of an update for anyone. I think Apple should really work on their AI, and if they're going to release some stuff that is coming out later than the other companies, it better be bloody good. What do you think about this? Please let me know in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Well, like, share and subscribe to the channel either way. See you in the next video, guys.